media. And as of June 2018, and most of us actually use social media on our mobile devices, which is tablet, mobile phone, whatever it is. So as of June of 2018, people spend 53 minutes on Instagram per day. That is a ton of time to where your clients are sort of breathing and socializing, and you should be there as well. Facebook, on the other hand, is just 5 minutes less, which is 48 minutes, but it's still combined. It's a ton of time that your potential clients are on social media, and you should be grabbing them. Now, I work a lot with small businesses, and small businesses have it a little bit different when it comes to social media. And the reason for that is budget. Small businesses don't have a massive budget like the large businesses do, where they spend a ton of money on advertising, ton of money on boosting posts. So small businesses have to be very creative on how they cut through clutter, and they cut through the noise and get their point across to the audience that they're looking for. So this is a way to, I'm going to teach you little ways on how to overcome that noise and get through the clutter with minimal budget, or a small budget for that matter. So what we're going to be talking about today, and why you need social media, is obviously to reach new customers. You want to share your expertise. You're an expert in what you do. People come to you because you know what you're doing, and you have to share that, because at the end of the day, when people come to you, they come for expertise. They come to get better skin. And obviously we want to generate new leads. If we're not generating leads through social media, then we're doing something wrong, because at the end of the day, why people go on social media is to obviously get new clients and sell their services. Okay, so I'm going to show you 5 steps on effective use of Facebook and Instagram. Some of them are, if you are a Facebook and Instagram user, some of them is very repetitive for you. But you know what? I take tons of webinars and courses online, and a lot of the things are repetitive, because at the end of the day, social media is social media. But even from that, I'm able to pick up something that I probably didn't think of before. So we were going to start from the beginning, but try to sort of apply it to your business, and maybe think of, see maybe there's some different steps or a different point that you didn't think of before that might work for you this time, and you can incorporate it into your strategy. So you obviously, first and foremost, you have to set up your business page or your profile. On Instagram, it really doesn't matter whether you do it personal or business. The only difference is business, you're able to connect your contact information, so people can contact you rather than through the DM or direct message. They can contact you directly via a phone number that you live there, or an email address, or they're able to book appointments right there and then. Or you can switch back and forth from personal to business. However, on Facebook, it's a little bit of a different thing. Facebook policies doesn't really allow you to conduct business on your personal page. Another point is personal page, you're only allowed to have friends. And on your personal page, that's why it's personal. Sometimes you're mixing business and personal. So I really advise you to take your business off your personal page and onto a business page. If you are doing paid advertising, you're not allowed to do it with a personal page. So you have to get a business page. And I think, you know what, you're able to be found better on your business page. You can have numerous likes, unlimited amount of likes, and you're able to advertise and connect your Instagram page to it, and advertise on both platforms, because Facebook owns Instagram. So you're able to capture that massive amount of people without actually going onto different platforms. You have to have a winning bio. And with the beauty of social media, you're able to, for example, if you're doing a bio on Instagram, there's tons of apps on your phone that you can create a very nice font that you're going to stand out from competition. You can get very creative and sort of bring your persona of your business through your bio. Obviously, professional pictures a picture is the key. Whether you want to put your own face on it, but again, if you're putting your own face on it, it has to have a very nice picture. It can't be cropped. It has to be perfect. Can't be pixelated, blurry, or anything like that. Funny thing, I've met this photographer who specializes in social media profiles. So he has a package right for social media profiles, and I thought, that's interesting. That's a very interesting aspect of the whole photography business, or an avenue that they're going into. If you are doing your business logo in the profile, again, make sure that it's not cropped at exactly the size that you want. And later on in the presentation, I will show you a couple of tools on how to exactly measure that and get that perfect. And invite your clients to obviously follow your pages if you're just starting out. If you're not, obviously you want your clients to be on on your pages, like your Facebook page, and follow your Instagram page. How that is very easy to do. First, you have tons of people walking through your business on a daily basis. Ask them to follow you on both pages. Give them a little bit of something off. For example, follow us on our Instagram page and like our Facebook page, because we do have tons of promotions coming your way, or we share a lot of things, or we do a lot of contents on our social media pages. Just for liking our page, I'll give you $5 off your next service, or this service that is happening. And inviting your clients to like your page is very important, for the reason that they're sort of your muted referrals. So for example, they liked your page on Facebook. It appears in their news feed that they liked your page, which means that their friends are going to now see that that person liked your page, and they're going to start asking them questions. What is the salon? What is the spa? Why do you follow them? Do you go there? And starting that conversation, you might get referrals that way. Okay, so we created our page, we created our bio, we did our profile image. So let's go further. So some of the, I would say, social media etiquette, do's and don'ts of posting. Obviously, you don't want to just blast your sales, promotion, sell on your page. This is not what social media is about. Social media is about socializing. So you have to create a persona of likability. People have to sort of like you before they actually enter your business. And they have to start sort of conversation and sort of friends with you before they actually get into your business. Combination of product and persona, just like I mentioned before, you have to create a persona out of your business, because people don't connect to businesses, they connect to people behind the businesses. And obviously, if you are very big on discussing politics and religion, try to, actually don't try, but do it on your personal page, or create a separate page for that matter, but leave it out of your business profiles and business page. And post about beauty trends. So things that you should be posting on your Facebook and Instagram is obviously beauty trends, because you are in that business and this is exactly what you do. Some of the DIYs, for example, some of the people might not have enough money to come to you on a regular basis. So you can suggest to them some DIY skincare, or some of the home remedies or home care that they can do in between the appointments. Obviously, you want to discuss your services, but not on a sellable basis, more on a what's in it for them basis. Frequently asked questions, and I'm pretty sure you have a list this long of your frequently asked question, and you can go live, and we'll discuss that later. Before and after images are crucial on social media. People love before, maybe during, and after, and obviously testimonials. Testimonials are huge, and I'm going to give you some examples with the spa and beauty services that I work with, how that actually increased their business in the long run. So what are the things that, or what should you be posting? Obviously, images is the key. Images is the first thing that happens. So, phones have now amazing cameras on in their phones that you can take amazing pictures, videos. There's filters that you can use. There's apps that you can download and actually use that to create amazing photos. And Carousel, I love that feature. that you can scroll through numerous pictures and have from start to end, your service is available in one sort of scroll. So you're able to showcase more in one post. Obviously use engaging caption. And what I mean by that, I've noticed that over a year, like let's just say about a year ago, a caption was about 200 to 300 characters. It doesn't matter Facebook or Instagram. Now what I've noticed, and I've done it myself, is actually people tell stories in their caption, and you're able to do about 2,200 characters on Facebook and Instagram. So use it wisely. Tell a story. You know, we're bombarded by all these accounts on social media. So you have to really think outside of the box as a small business. And I know that's a challenge sometimes because we're very busy in our business all the time, but try with every post to tell a story. What is this client, for example, was going through? Why do they have this and that and the other? And what happened during and what was the outcome after? So tell, and that will resonate with a lot of people, and they're going to start liking, sharing, and commenting on your post. So they're going to start engaging with you in your post. Videos. This is the #1 content of 2018. And again, with our phones, we're able to take great videos, whether that would be boomerang, whether that would be 60-second videos or longer if you are putting it on Facebook, and now Instagram allows that IG to Instagram TV to put videos up to 15 minutes where you can actually share it with the world, and if it's posted correctly, you're able to reach massive amount of people. And obviously showcase your procedures. Obviously you have to ask permission from your client to film them, right? So, but a lot of the people, especially if you're not, if you're covering the face or something like that, you're able to do that, and you can showcase the services. And a lot of what I've noticed, a lot of the clients, they research you before they actually step foot in your business, which means that they read reviews, they go onto your social media pages, they read the comments, they see your posts, they see what you do, they view your videos, and they Google, obviously. So when they call you for an appointment, they already have an understanding of what they think they know. It might be completely wrong, but you're there to tell them exactly what is going on. So you describe your services in the video, and then you introduce your staff. Again, you connect with them on a very different and a personal level. Because at the end of the day, if you do have staff, you're not the only one who's performing services. Staff is also performing services, and you really want to introduce your staff. Stories are great. Finally, Facebook introduced stories for business. And stories is a 24-hour story, very short, disappears within 24 hours. But at the end of the day, you're able to showcase the behind the scenes of your business. So whether that would be you're going out for lunch with your staff, you're having a birthday, someone's having a birthday, your client's having a birthday, someone won a contest, something that will create engaging content. You can ask questions and stories. Ask me anything you want. That is very popular thing right now, and people can sort of start asking you questions, and you can geotag it within the stories in the area that you're in, so people that are searching for stories in that area will come across your story, and if you're doing it on a regular basis, because consistency is key, you will be able to pick up new clients because you're constantly in their view. Live videos is also very important. I would advise you, and I actually work with some of the spas, and we've incorporated it weekly or bi-weekly live sessions. Again, going back to the frequently asked questions, you have, again, a mile-long list of frequently asked questions. So you're, address those questions, talk about skin condition, talk about other conditions that are common and the procedures that will work for it. Or for example, a skin type where this procedure is not gonna work with the skin type. things like this, go live on it. It doesn't have to be scripted. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can make mistakes, stutter, and things like that if you think you're uncomfortable in front of camera. Trust me, this didn't come easy. It took me years of training to actually come on live on videos. But you know what? I make mistakes. I sometimes stutter. But at the end of the day, it's the information that you give that will be important to your future clients, or clients for that matter. So don't be afraid to go live. And you know what? I also hate my voice on camera. So if that's what, you know, and I'm pretty sure 95% of people think that, don't worry. You hate it, not everybody else hates it. That's my own personal opinion. So some of the hashtags that could be used for, this is very general, but at the end of the day, this is exactly what you should be using when you're doing your social media, Facebook and Instagram. Facebook does allow, by the way, 3 to 5 hashtags. It's not like Instagram where it's 30 hashtags, okay? So you really want to hashtag your location, where you are, obviously how people are going to find you, right? Hashtag your services and numerous other services, going back to point 5. Services that are related, or the service, your star services, or services that you want to promote. Obviously, you want to hashtag your product, hashtag your name. Okay, so these are the things that are important, and these are the things that you should be hashtagging. And a little of a key point, if you're just starting out with Instagram, for example, try to stay away from millions of for example, hashtag beauty will probably be mentioned hundreds of millions of times. Try to stay away from it. If you don't have a big following, you will be lost among the accounts who use the same hashtag who do have a large following. So try to stay away with, try to keep within the hashtag that uses from 50,000 to 500,000 mentions. Okay, so it's still usable. People are still searching for it, but you will be able to cut through the clutter of this, of the social media game, I would call it. So another thing is, and I'm pretty sure when I say don't just post, engage, and when I say that, that means that you have to have, instead of just posting and hoping that people will find you, you have to go out and find people yourself to engage with. And I know that you're thinking right now, oh my goodness, I don't have time for this. This is too much for me. I give up. I don't want to do it. No, it's easier than you think. And if you think that you should be, you're going to be sitting in front of the computer on a daily basis posting things, no, that's not right too. Because there are software out there that are free that you can schedule your post 2 weeks in advance. And I would really, really encourage you to do that because, for example, today you're excited, you're going to post. Tomorrow you're excited, you're going to post. The third day, oh, I'm busy, I didn't post at the right time, people are going to find me. Third day, you're busy, then you forgot, then you're sitting in front of your computer, you don't know what you're posting. What I do, and I do have videos on YouTube describing that, is I actually take a sheet of paper, break it down into sort of a month, a grid, and I fill it in. I start filling the specials of the month, and then the holidays of the month, and then services that I want to promote. And that way, your entire calendar of posts is lined up, and you know exactly what you're posting, which day, what time. And the beauty of social media is you can schedule your posts. You can actually schedule things on Instagram as well using Hootsuite. I'm actually going to type it here. Hootsuite.com is the website. And you can actually schedule your Instagram posts and Facebook posts at the same time. So you don't, schedule your things. Don't worry about it. And that leaves you time to engage with your potential audience. What I mean by that, for example, on Facebook, there are tons and tons and tons of groups where your target audience interacts. And I'm talking about mummies groups and singles groups and groups, challenge groups where they're looking for sponsors. And just by giving away your service, you're able to expose yourself to a massive amount of audience. And a lot of the groups there, they do have advertising day where you can advertise your services for free. You can start, people ask questions on beauty, people ask recommendation on beauty, and you're able to interact there and find clients that way. And I've worked with some of the spots where we incorporated this group activity. Oh my goodness, they blew up like crazy. Now they're sort of a #1 service to go to. Sometimes they do pay administrators to promote them as well, which is very inexpensive compared to, putting an ad in a paper, which we know how much that costs, or sending out flyers through Canada Post, which, people view as junk and they just throw them out. If you strategically spread your budget onto social media, you're able to achieve massive results with minimal amount of money. And what I'm talking about minimal, you can easily do it with about, on a bad day, at least maybe $100 a month to whatever your heart desires and whatever your budget allows. So, but engaging, it's free. It's where your potential audience breeds, and this is how you find your clients on social media without actually spending any money if you are doing it right. Okay, so I am going to actually go through a target audience with paid advertising. Now, this is where I've noticed the biggest mistakes are made. Because if you're not doing it right, and if you're not strategically segmenting your audience, you might be able, you might spend tons amount of money and get absolutely no results. So paid ads is very important. For example, I work with a medical spa, and we're able to target the area that she desires, segment her audience from this, and if you think this is good, no, to segment it to this, and she's able to get bookings right from the paid advertising. And we spend about maybe $50 a week on advertising, which is very inexpensive, but she does get clients from it. So let's start with it. So some of the objectives that you do want to look at. So how does advertising work? It works from Facebook. On the top right corner, there's a drop-down menu, and you go into create advertising. Advertising manager, very easy. You just connect your credit card to it and you're set. It will never charge you more than what you're looking for. And there is a key, very hidden key within Facebook that does allow you to start an end date. And if you don't do it, your ad will run indefinitely. So some of the things that you do want to look at when you're advertising is reach, traffic, and engagement. So those, but the most important one is reach objective, because you do want to reach a massive amount of people for the budget that you're looking for. So once you created that, now we're doing sorry, I lost my train of thought. We're talking about location. Location is very important. So you really want to include your address, your business address, and really go maybe about 5-kilometer radius. I won't go very big, especially if you're starting out. You really want to test out your market and your audience, for that matter. So start small. Or, because at the end of the day, if you're targeting the entire Toronto, yes, you might have some people coming from other areas, but most of the times your audience or your clients are in a very small location. So you really want to target that location and get #1 in that location rather than spread yourself thin. And again, if you are targeting a very large area, larger means larger budgets, which most of the small businesses don't really have. Another thing is age. Age is very important, and I see a lot of mistakes being made here where people target 18 to 65. No, that is absolutely wrong, and I'll tell you why. Because the way that 18, for example, to 30 age group perceives ads is absolutely different the way, for example, 55 to 65 perceives the ads. So if you do want to target a big group, spread it into age categories, run different ads with a different creative. That is very important. And really, I really want you to sort of, when you are creating an ad, think of your ideal client for the service that you're promoting. It can't be 18 to 65. Think of the people that come to you for that service. They're probably, let's just hypothetically say, between the age of 20 to 45, which is absolutely fine. So target that group and then run another ad targeting 45 to 65 plus. That way you're more safe grabbing that audience rather than spreading yourself thin. Obviously, you want to choose the gender of men, women, it doesn't matter. Now, language is also a very interesting thing. With one of the businesses that I worked with, they were primarily, or they were in a very ethnic area. They were in a Russian area. And we ran 2 ads, actually, targeting, we didn't specify a language. And then we did an ad specifically for the Russian audience in a Russian language. And you know what? It worked. So if you are in an ethnic group and you do have a lot of the people coming and speaking a certain language, and you speak that language as well, you know, we have to take the into account that we are a multicultural country. You can target ads in your native language to the audience that interacts on social media, on Facebook and Instagram, in that language. So it actually will work, and they will resonate better with you, and they will connect with you on a different level. Now, detailed targeting, that is where it gets really, really, really important. So we chose the location, we chose the age group, and on the right-hand side, there will be a market size for, so all the people that from, let's just say from the age of 20 to 40, living in this area, speaking English or whatever, it doesn't matter what language. So there, let's just say it's about 500,000 people. Now you might think, oh my goodness, I'm gonna get all the business I can get from 500,000 people. Wrong. 500,000 people means bigger budget. Now, what you want to do is really, now a lot of those people are not interested in your service, right? They're not in your target group. They don't care anything about beauty industry. They're just 25 to 40 or 20 to 40 living in that area. That's it. Now, you really want to go dig deep and weed out all the people who are not interested in your services and stay with the business, with the people that are interested in your services. Now, what does that mean, interested in your services? That means that in the past 180 days, they've clicked on anything that has to do with an interest that you pick. Confusing. Now, let's talk about the interest. For example, you are offering makeup service, for hypothetically speaking. Facebook is now able, and you are targeting, actually it's going both on Facebook and Instagram, but you are doing everything in Facebook Ads Manager. Now you're able to target newly engaged. They're going to be looking for makeup services because they're ready to get married, right? Now there's this an option there where it's newly engaged, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. Newly married, they might be looking for other services that you offer. They're relocating, so they might be looking for a beauty service in the area that they're relocating to. They are engaged, they're married, so there could be other services like updos or facials that they're looking for. And obviously domestic partnership, it's a massive, massive, massive market. Now, I know that I'm going very fast with this, so if you do want to actually type your questions, if you do have any, or if you want to drop your email, I will email you this slide so you have it in front of you, because this demographic detailing is actually applies to everybody, and I'm pretty sure everybody who's attending this webinar doesn't live all in the same area, obviously. So if you want to type in your questions, if you have any. If not, I will continue, or if you want to drop your email address, I will be glad to email you not only this slides, but also the recording of this webinar. I'm actually recording it, so you're more than welcome to have it. Now, let's go to the next slide. Another type of interest in behaviors, you really want to segment it to, for example, think of why would people come to your business? Do they want clear skin? Do they want, let's just say you're doing laser. Now, you don't have to just stay with laser and segment it that way. You can actually segment it to hair removal, waxing, because if people are interested in that, they might be interested in your services. No hair, hair free, things like that. So really think outside of the box of or around your keyword. What are the other keywords that describe the service that you really want to promote? And obviously you want to engage with shoppers that have clicked on Shop Now or interacted with the business in the last 180 days. So these are very sort of important things to do. Now, this is the most fun thing, and this is where when I do a seminar like this is where people go, because this is very interesting to think about. Now, budget. If you're just starting out and if you are not sure about your market, or you haven't tested it out, or you really want to play around with it, start daily budget $5. Literally $5. And you can, they might suggest different things for you, but I really want you to just erase the 10 and put a 5. Yes, you can do that with a $5. Now, here where it gets interesting, right below that, there is a schedule. Now, automatically, it will say, run my ad set continuously starting today. If you miss that, that ad will run continuously until you stop it and you're like, oh my God, I spent so much money, and stop it. No, you can actually schedule. So the best way to run ads, reach campaign. Obviously, you don't have specials running all the time, one special. Start out by doing it for 5 days. If you got your audience, is interacting with you, they're liking, engaging, and asking questions on your ad, increase it to 14 days. So just increase that ad to 14 days. And the reason for that is why I say don't run them continuously, is when people look at your ad all the time, and within that 14 days, they might look at it for, 3 times maybe. Stop it after 14 days, because they might tune you out. They might not be interested at this time. And if you're constantly there in their face, they might tune you out so quickly and turn on the notification, you will never get them. So to go around that is run it for 14 days, give do a little break, for example, for 4 days, change the creative, so the image or the carousel, and start it all over again. This way, it's completely different ad, it's completely different creative, and people who might have not been interested last time, they might be interested this time. So you're constantly keeping them updated, new thing, and they might think that it's a new ad, and they will be looking at it. So try to don't go all the way for a month or 2 or 3. Slow it down. Now, another thing is, which is very important here, is why I say $5. You run the ad for 5 days. You have to monitor your ad on a daily basis. And the reason for that is you can actually download Ads Manager here on your phone and look at it like you look at anything else on your phone. If your ad is not performing the way that you want it to perform, or you think which is appropriate, or your cost per 1,000 people reached is very high, that means there's quite a few things missing from your ad, or something, or you didn't pick the right audience. If people are not interested in your creative, you didn't segment your audience enough. So you do have a chance to sort of change things on your ad and go change it and go forward and test it again. Again, it's not that much amount of money, like $20, $25 to not do it, but you have to test it out before you actually get it right on and run your ads all the time. Now, with the spas that with medical spas that I worked with, it took us some time to create a perfect audience, but now we know that when we put out our ads with the creative, because we know exactly what is going on, and how the audience reacts, and when to put out ad, which days to actually cover with the ads, we're able to get results all the time. Now, going back to, going actually forward to the creative. Obviously, the things that you want to do is the carousel ad. Carousel ad is up to 10 images that you can use for your ad. Now, this could be different types of products that you use, different types of services that you have, maybe some before and after pictures. They can't be graphic. Facebook will never like it. So something very nice, something very creative. Usually you can do just one image if you're just promoting a service. Now, a big thing about images, they cannot, the text on the image, you might have run ads and you came across this problem where Facebook will tell you there's too much text in your ad, the reach will be less, or will never run your ad. Now, the text can only be about 10% of your image. That's all that Facebook allows. So all of the important information should go into the caption, and that's where you can be very creative with your caption. Okay, video ads are also great for your business. I'm pretty sure that you work with distributors, you work with manufacturers for the product lines that you get, and they do have videos, short videos. Actually, a lot of the distributors and manufacturers make short videos for social media. They do have departments for it, and I actually work with beauty manufacturers as well, where they actually have a department set to create social media posts and videos. So ask them whether they have it or not, and that way you're able to get it from them and use it in your ads. Their videos are great, they're great quality, and all you have to do is create a very nice caption, and people love ads. They're embedded, they go everywhere, they go in stories, and if it's about 5 to 15 seconds, it will go into Facebook stories, Instagram stories, embed, everywhere that you want, Messenger, doesn't matter. So videos, carousel, and standalone image are great for advertising. Now, if you're with me since the beginning of this presentation, I did mention that I will tell you exactly the program to use to create the perfect images. Now, Canva. Maybe some of you know it, and if you do, drop a line if you do know this program. But it's a free program where you can upload your own images and pick and choose the image size that you're looking for. So for example, if you're doing a Facebook post, there's actually a Facebook post dimensions. It opens up. You load up all of your images that you're looking for, you download it and upload it to Facebook. Same thing for Instagram, same thing for ads. And I think I got everybody that I work with, all the clients that are creating their own posts, I got them hooked on Canva because it works so well and it's so perfect. And now the images are not enlarged, they're not small, they're not pixelated. You will see exactly what your image will look like as a Facebook or Instagram or social media post for that matter. So if there's one thing that you want to take away from today, if you are good at social media, Canva. I can never say enough about Canva, and it's free. I love it. So anyways, use Canva for all of your great images. Now, and that's it. You're all set. You're all set with your content, what you're posting, how to advertise. Make sure you analyze, you track, and you repeat. So you have to really, if you're doing paid ads, you have to really watch your budget and watch how you spend it. Now, before we go, and before you ask me questions, if you do have, some of the life hacks, I would say, I call them life hacks. When you are creating your ad, don't publish it. Look at it as many times as you can. Reread your caption, everything. Because once you press publish, and then you go and say, oh, I don't like this. This is not what I was looking for. Now I don't like this. The algorithm is already there. It already started. So by the time you turn off your ad, you change it, and you go back, you're losing time and you're losing money. So be patient. It doesn't happen overnight. So you have to get really creative with it. Another thing is be consistent on your page. Post 3 to 5 times per week. Don't post more than, I would say, once a week. And if you are, have at least 4 hours gap in between. And the reason for that is Facebook and Instagram is a business. They want money. And if you're not boosting, and if you're posting one after another, they want you to boost posts. So they will probably hide one of the posts and it will bury deep in someone's newsfeed that nobody will ever see it. So if you are posting more than once a day, post at least 4 hours in between. 3 to 5 times per week are great. It should be a mix of videos and images, and you have tons of content that you can create. You have before and after images. You have videos of your procedures. You can actually, and I've actually, with one of my clients, we did a testimonial day. We invited her clients into the business, into her salon, a medical spa. She gave them something, I think it was a little mini facial or something like this as a thank you, and we shot testimonial videos. What it was before, why they come to this spa, what are the procedures that they get, why do they come to her opposed to somebody else. And we started posting those videos and sometimes boosting it. The success of that was phenomenal. I think she saw about a 15% increase in her business over a very short period of time. And we continue doing it as we speak. So testimonials are great. Her views boosted her to the #1 on Facebook, and she's very active on Instagram as well, because we do her Instagram as well. And she's able to generate tons of business through social media. Now, they're also best time to post. Now, you don't have to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning to post. As I mentioned before, you can schedule your post on social media through Hootsuite that I mentioned, or through Facebook for that matter. They do have that option. 6 to 8, people wake up, they turn up their alarm clock on their phone. What do? They start scrolling. So you want to catch them during that time. 12 to 3 during lunchtime. A lot of the corporations right now turned off access to social media during working hours. So when people go out for lunch, it doesn't matter between 12 and 3, they go on their phone and they look at what's happening in their news feed. Remember, they spend about an hour every day on social media, and weekends after 5. Sunday is an iffy day because a lot of people, some people go to church. So you want to catch them somewhere in the evening when they're getting ready to sort of into that work mood for Monday. You want to catch them that way. And some of the best days to post, Tuesday is a great day to post informational. So that would be maybe a video about your procedure or a service that you offer. Wednesday is also a great day to post before and after pictures. Thursday would be Throwback Thursday, before and after work there as well. Friday is a fun day, so you might do something crazy within your place of business or post an interesting sort of behind the scene picture. And again, go live and you will be able to create shareable, engaging content and showcase your expertise. Now, thank you for staying with me for the rest of the presentation. I do have on the website, and I will send all of you, if you can drop me your email address, I will send all of you. I do have a advertising guide for beauty professionals, and it will walk you step by step on how to create winning ads that will cut through the clutter and get you there and start being noticeable by people, by your potential clients, and by everybody, and pretty much cut through the clutter and get results. So I thank you very much for staying with me. Do go on and download the guide. I really advise you to. It's absolutely free. There's absolutely nothing, no money that I will be charging. Do connect with me on social media. I do have a YouTube channel where I do tons of videos on, targeted towards small businesses. I have tons of tips on Instagram and Facebook. So connect with me. If you do want to ask me questions, again, on a more personal level, or you want me to take a look at your social media or ask me specific questions towards your business, connect with me on Instagram and direct message me, and I will be happy to talk with you and discuss it with you, or anything like that. So thank you very much. If you do have questions, please drop them here in the chat box. We'll be happy to answer them for you. Is it all good? Are we all set? Okay. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm really glad you came and you listened to the presentation. You have a great day, and we will be having another session digging deep into other social media channels next month. So stay tuned, and I will be glad to see you. You guys have a great day. Bye. What?